to the Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
Have you ever imagined the impact Jonathan Kuminga could have on the Golden State Warriors once he returns? Well, it looks like that moment is getting closer. And if you are a true Warriors fan, make sure to subscribe here to Warriors News Fan Update so you don't miss any updates. The ankle injury kept Kuminga off the court for over 2 months, but according to reliable sources like Anthony Slater and Shams Charania, his return is on the horizon. The initial plan was to bring him back against the Charlotte Hornets, but the Warriors' medical team decided to postpone it a bit longer, prioritizing his full recovery. Now, NBA insiders are pointing to a new target, the matchup against the Detroit Pistons at the end of this East Coast road trip. This decision may seem frustrating for fans, but it makes sense. Kuminga is an explosive player who relies heavily on his physicality and agility to impact the game. Rushing his return could increase the risk of another injury, something the Warriors cannot afford to deal with at this critical point in the season. But here's the interesting part. How will Kuminga be used when he returns? Before the injury, he was the team's second leading scorer, right behind Stephen Curry. And now, with Jimmy Butler on the roster, how will the dynamics change? Neither of them is a long-range shooting specialist, which could affect floor spacing. Steve Kerr has a puzzle to solve, and it will be interesting to see how he distributes minutes and adjusts the rotation to maximize their potential. Speaking of adjustments, the Warriors are still struggling with their second unit. The team simply cannot continue to be so dependent on Curry for scoring. In the game against the Philadelphia 76ers, Golden State was plus 12 with Curry on the floor but minus 19 without him. Kuminga's return could be the missing piece to stabilize the bench scoring and relieve the pressure on the starters. Now, I want to hear from you. How should Kuminga be utilized when he returns? Should he lead the second unit or split minutes alongside Butler and Curry? Comment below and join the discussion. And of course, if you want more daily content about the Warriors, you know what to do. Subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update, turn on notifications, and leave a like. We are closely following every detail of this final stretch of the season and bringing you the most in-depth analysis. With Kuminga's imminent return, a key question arises. How can he transform the team in this crucial phase of the season? Before the injury, he was experiencing the best moment of his career, contributing not just with his athletic ability, but also showing notable growth in decision-making. He was becoming increasingly comfortable attacking the rim, moving without the ball, and even improving his perimeter defense. The Warriors desperately need this boost, especially since the team faces one of the toughest schedules in the NBA in the upcoming games. But there's another important point: Kuminga's fit with Jimmy Butler. Since Butler's arrival, the team hasn't had the opportunity to test this duo on the court. Both players are physical, love to drive and attack the paint, so it will be interesting to see how Kerr adjusts the offensive spacing to optimize their performance. Will Butler take on more of a facilitator role, allowing Kuminga to be the primary finisher in transition? Or will Kerr implement specific rotations to minimize the impact of the lack of shooters in the lineup? And we can't forget about Draymond Green, who has been playing at a high level and will be crucial in organizing this new rotation. With Kuminga and Butler together, Draymond will need to be even more versatile, ensuring the team maintains good offensive flow and, most importantly, preventing an overload in the paint. Is Golden State finding its rhythm at the right time? The truth is, the Warriors are entering a decisive phase. The team is 8-2 since Jimmy Butler's arrival, which shows that despite injuries and adjustments, they are finding a way to win. But the real test is yet to come. The next few weeks will bring matchups against some of the best teams in the West. Without Kuminga, Golden State has already shown they can compete at a high level, but with him back, the team could finally reach its true potential. The question is, will we see the Warriors at their best before the playoffs? If Kuminga can quickly regain his rhythm and fit well with Butler, the Warriors could become an extremely dangerous team for any opponent. But if there are difficulties in adjusting, Kerr will need to find solutions quickly to avoid jeopardizing the team's position in the play-in race or even a direct playoff spot. What to expect from Kuminga's return? For Kuminga, the main mission will be not to force his game. His return needs to be gradual, without the pressure of proving anything immediately. As we've highlighted, Steve Kerr and the coaching staff have emphasized the importance of letting the game come naturally to him. If he can balance his aggression with controlled play, he could become the catalyst the Warriors need to dominate second units and, who knows, even secure a bigger role among the starters. Now, I want to hear from you, Warriors fans. What will be Kuminga's immediate impact upon his return? Could he be the missing piece for the Warriors to take off in this final stretch of the season? Leave your opinion in the comments. And if you haven't done it yet, subscribe now to Warriors News Fan Update and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Here, we bring you everything about the Golden State Warriors with analysis, rumors, and the latest team news. Here's my take as a Golden State Warriors fan, and I couldn't be more excited about Jonathan Kuminga's return. First, let's be honest, Kuminga was playing the best basketball of his career before the injury. He was finally getting more minutes and showing that he could be a real difference maker on offense. The way he attacked the rim, his aggressiveness in drives, and his defensive improvements proved he was ready for a bigger role on the team. Now, with Jimmy Butler in the lineup, things get even more interesting. Kerr will need to adjust the rotations, and I believe Kuminga could be the driving force behind the second unit. When Curry and Butler sit to rest, Kuminga needs to be the guy keeping the team competitive. He has athleticism, finishing ability, and can provide the physical presence that the Warriors bench has been lacking. But here's my concern. Will the fit with Butler be smooth? Both players love attacking the paint, and spacing could be an issue. Kerr will have to find a way to balance the minutes so they don't crowd the same area of the floor. Another thing that excites me is that the Warriors are finding their rhythm at the right time. This team has had ups and downs this season, but since Butler's arrival, we've seen more consistency. The team is 8-2 with Butler, and if Kuminga comes back playing at the level he was before the injury, the Warriors could be a nightmare for any opponent in the final stretch of the season. The big challenge will be avoiding a rushed return. I know every Warriors fan wants to see Kuminga back yesterday, but the worst-case scenario would be him forcing his return and aggravating the injury. So, if the doctors think he needs a few more days to be 100%, it's worth the wait. After all, we want Kuminga healthy and dominant in the playoffs, not just in the regular season. Now, I want to hear from you guys. Do you think Kuminga can transform the Warriors in this final stretch? How should he be used alongside Butler? Drop your comments below, because I'm curious to know your opinions. And of course, if you're a true Warriors fan, you already know, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update and turn on notifications. Here, we cover everything about the Warriors with daily updates and in-depth analysis about the team.